So you're probably sitting there wondering, I guess it's that time again. Welcome back, everyone. This is Jan coming from you from the Arcane Lighthouse, bringing you another segment of Shady Asians. We have a green screen, but we don't know how to use it yet, so we're going to have some like shooting star and shit going on over there. But today's segment, I really want to cover a special topic, and I really want to focus on a certain area. And I want to do sealed product, but I want to show you and explain what the difference between how to invest in Magic in certain items that you think will go up or you think will not go up, and knowing the ability you have to distinguish what to place your money in, so that way not all your eggs are in one basket. So when you trip and fall, you're not just going to Host Town losing all your money and you're selling out your investments for like pennies on the dollar. So, I personally invested some money in Modern Masters 2017. It's better to understand why I did it, so I'm going to explain to you. So, with the whole set, the reprints of Liliana the Veil, Snapcaster Mage, all the fetch lands, it was a selling point. Right there. Fetch lands, you saw Khans of Tarkir, everyone saw it, everyone flipped shit, everyone's like, oh my god. And then they inserted the Khans block fetch lands into Fate Reforged, all that good stuff. And with Modern Masters, that was the big selling point. You have other cards like Damnation, Crater Hoof, Behemoth, all that stuff. You have those like $10 to $20 mythics that are still a good pull, but you just make your money back, opposed to the Scalding Tarn, Marsh Flats, Misty Rainforest, Liliana the Veil, like seriously, and Snapcaster. It's essentially more of a premium Innistrad in that sense, where they took out a lot of the good cards from different sets, and they pretty much made it so that they're all, located in one region of a particular set, so you can have the ability to purchase them. But that does not guarantee you'll be pulling them. As you saw in my previous box opening of Modern Masters 2017, you hit some duds. Every case is guaranteed to have one or two duds. And certain things like original Zendikar, still sealed, by the way. So we, Julian and I have invested in Zendikar as well. This is the first print run. If you want to track that number. Beep boop 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 boop. I don't really know. I'm just a dude in sunglasses and a suit telling you what kind of jackass I am. But so first run of Zendikar, we will be doing a box opening of this. Priceless treasure. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get it. Who knows? Hashtag Black Lotus. So essentially, to make money, I'm digressing, but so essentially, when you see cards like that in a premium set or any other set, it's really knowing when to jump the gun and really not being afraid to invest the money, whether it be hard cash or credit lines. You really have to pull the trigger right then and there. If you don't, you'll miss your chance. Now, there's certain times where I was like, man, I felt like a dumbass. I should have gone to 17, 18-year-old me, slapped myself across the face, kissed myself on the forehead, gave myself a sun kiss, and saying, hey man, I'm sorry about that hurt, but you need to invest in some Innistrad, new Phyrexia. Because I was in that block cycle when everything was $100 a box, but I didn't. Now that I'm older, wiser, I think mature, I have the ability to distinguish what sets are good and what sets are not, and I'm trying to decipher how can I tell what will project long-term profit if you're going into the singles market or you're going into the actual sealed product market. Now, with that said, you really have to look at longevity. If a certain set has that and you're too afraid to open the set, that's fine. But if you don't want to open a set and you want to sit on it, you're really sitting on an investment of a what if. Judging from a whole pool of cards, you see a bunch of cards such as the fetch lands, which are widely popular among a lot of MTG players, and it will always be needed in MTG. So when you see cards like that, and you see Snapcaster, Tarmogoyf, all those long-term cards that will be used in multiple formats, you really want to look at that at a set and being like, I need to invest at that. And you really need a good entry point. And when you go for MSRP prices, you're kind of like, sometimes you have to bite the bullet, and sometimes you have to purchase certain sets like Khans as like sitting at like 120, 125. But let's say 5 to 6 years from now, it could be $500-600. Now, I may be some dude in some sunglasses, but I know a good deal when I see it. So to avoid a repeat of certain past mistakes, you really want to get a good entry point. Now, if you get certain things like, you know, MM17 for maybe 200, 220, you know, that's great. $30 below MSRP. This box was notorious for getting out a lot of huge duds where you'll be pulling nothing. I was a victim to it. And there's a lot of people that are pulling huge, you know, home run boxes. Now, with that in mind, you have to be, on a side note, you have to look out for people that are scamming on YouTube. Or not on YouTube, sorry, eBay. Now, with eBay, I fell victim to it as well. There recently a surge of eBay sellers that were selling their boxes for $180, and everyone flipped out. Everyone's flipping tables. Everyone's jumping off bridges saying, holy shit, here's my credit card. Now, it's a lengthy process, very tedious. You will get your money back, but it's a hassle. You got to call eBay 100 times. You got to pet some people. You got to like go to the zoo with Timmy and walk through the park holding hands, and then maybe you'll get your money back after maybe a week. But you really have to be careful of who to trust, when to invest, and really when to know when is a good time to pull the trigger. So be careful of too good of prices. Make sure you communicate. Test the waters with certain investors, seeing who are trustworthy, giving you, decent products, not damaged, of course, because after all, it's an investment of a physical product. And you really have to understand, what certain sets are like going to be from 5 to 6 years from now, and how they're going to be affecting the certain gameplays, formats better of how people are going to play later down the line. And, certain, as I said, Fetch Lands, Lily Out of the Veil, Snapcaster are always going to be in rotation. And they're always going to be popular, hugely popular among, EDH players, maybe modern, who knows. But with that in mind, you got to remember, investing is a commitment. And if you're half-assing it, there's no point. So I'm not saying go out and buy fucking 10 cases. I'm just saying buy what you can afford. If it's one box, that's fine. Invest in a set that you think is going to go up. After all, it's your own gut feeling saying, hey man, I know everyone's saying this is a shit set, but I'm going to buy one box, see how it goes. And it's like, what? You can buy eBay prices $89 a booster box as soon as upon release. And if it's a great set, you sit on it. Yeah, it's going to go down. A lot of the cards are going to plummet once they flip out of rotation. And you really have to not get, you can't be like panic selling. You can't fire sell everything. You really have to weather the storm and really think to yourself, I can brave through these sands. If you didn't get that reference, that's an MTG card. Look it up. But you really have to not panic. And I've gone through it myself, which is why I'm explaining to you guys watching, thinking, hey, if this asshole with sunglasses can do it, maybe I can do it. And, maybe after you guys get the ball rolling, sell off a couple boxes, make back your, initial input. Maybe you can actually, keep the profit, reinvest, so you're not minusing, and then later down the line, you're plussing, you're sitting on something, and you have a constant rotation of product leaving your possession, but at the same time you're having just like a flow in your pockets, the good flow. God damn it. But you have a good flow of profit going into your pockets, and that's actual revenue. And you're not going to see that for the first couple, maybe months, years, who knows. But, the investing in Magic products, as notorious, treacherous, whatever you want to call it, how it is, you really have to know when to pull the trigger, when to sell, when to sit on something longer, and when to really buy out other people when you have the chance. Because once your chance is gone in investing in certain things like MM17, original Zendikar, you're going to really think to yourself, man, I almost had the chance of opening that, investing in that, or sitting on something that I thought would go up. And, by the time you realize it, 5 years down the line when you're watching me and you're like, man, that jackass was right. That thing's like $800. Maybe that's too high of a price point. Maybe $500-$600. Maybe double or triple its initial value. You're gonna think to yourself like, uh-oh, I didn't do that, and now I'm sitting here without Top Dara. And you're just thinking, you're gonna regret it. But I'm just here to tell you, it's not as black and white as you think it might be, and it's not as rigorous as most people think it is, and you can just invest what you want. And my 2 cents is, you know, when you look at a set and you think, wow, that's great, don't think about the other side bullshit. You know, think about the good stuff. Don't worry about the details. Fuck the details. Get in, get out. That's the whole game plan. You make your money, you afford what you can sit on, and you have a good time while playing the game. Because as I said, you're not enjoying the game, what is the fucking point? Jesus Christ. So, one of these days, you're going to invest, and you're going to look back and think, man, I enjoy what I do in investing in Magic the Gathering products. Jesus Christ, I need friends. Alright, well, this is Jan coming from the Arcane Lighthouse. I hope you enjoyed it. Another segment of Shady Asians. Peace out.